Well, this is item F5, resolution adopting rules, regulations, and procedures of the Blount County Commission of Blount County, Tennessee. Do I have a motion? Mr. Hasty.
Mr. Chairman, before I make the motion, I would like to speak to this real quick. There are 4 items in this rule change. I know each of y'all would know.
Mr. Hasty, excuse me, I think there has to be a motion before we can speak on it.
I'll make a motion that we...
to approve?
Yes.
I have a motion to approve by Mr. Hasty. Do I have a second?
Second for discussion.
I have Mr. Francis a second. Okay, Mr. Hasty, okay, now we can discuss.
All right. In this, this comes from the Rules Committee. I'd like to say that there are 4 rule changes that are in here from a commissioner being able to yield time to a citizen speaking on an item, to requesting further information. The other one was a bio sheet, and also the rule on decorum and applause. I personally feel that these rules, we sent them up as a package, as the committee. Instead of sending one rule at a time, we put the whole thing together and sent it. But I feel like that we should take each of these rules as individual to be voted on.
I would amend the motion to take them individually.
Okay, and Mr. Samples amends the motion to take them individually. Do I have a second on that? I have a second from Ms. Lambert. Oh, I'm sorry. You are accepting the motion. I'm sorry.
He's the motion maker. You accept the amendment?
Would you accept that? Okay. I have a motion then by Ms. Lambert to accept. Ms. Lambert to accept it. And is that right? And who was the second again on the amendment?
I make the motion. She seconded, but he accepted.
Thank you. You're giving me. I'm getting. Okay. So we're taking these individually. Does everybody understand? Okay. We're up for discussion. I have Ms. Merrill.
Well, are we going to start on 4A?
We're talking on the amendment. We're speaking on the amendment.
In general?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, then I'm not, yeah.
Okay. Anybody else? Okay. No one is on the board, so we are voting on the amendment to take them separate. Everybody understands. I have nobody on the board. You can vote. Mr. Carver.
You have 12 yeses, 6 noes,
So
2 abstain.
we will be taking these individually, so that passes. Okay. Do I have a motion of which one you want to take first? I guess that's the way we'll do it.
As they're listed.
I'm sorry?
As they're listed.
As they're listed? All right. So we'll go first to the, that is 4G. All of you have in front of you what we have.
Point of order.
Wait just a minute. I'm sorry, I've got the wrong sheet here. Wait just a minute. I've got 4G.
All except 4G.
Yeah.
The clapping.
Yeah.
Everything else but that.
Well, that's the ones in order. Okay. Okay. Get me straight again, Mr. Samples.
Since we have now separated them, I would like to combine the first 3, all except 4G, into one motion. That's the resume, the additional yielding by commissioner, and what was the other one? I've lost it. Additional information, those 3. I put that in form of a motion.
Okay, I have a motion by Mr. Samples.
Who seconded?
And I have Gordon, Mr. Wright. Let me get this straight just a minute for myself. Maybe this is an old, I picked this up the first of the week. And I have it highlighted. Do we have 4 in here? I don't have a computer. Yes. Okay. Okay, that's the one they're going to, okay, will you pull the rest of them up, please? Yeah, they're taking 4G out. Right. Okay, let me see. Yeah, I got that one. They can't let anybody additional information. Okay, all right, thank you. That's for my information, know what I'm voting on, sir. All right, does everybody, well, I've got Mr. Folks.
No, that was, my mic was on just because I was seconding earlier.
Okay, all right, I have no discussion, or do I have discussion? I see none. The motion is, from my understanding, the motion is to approve all items that has been changed in the rules except for 4G. All right, and that is to be taken out. They're wanting, in other words, this motion is to accept the rest of them and to take 4G out. Everyone understands. I have Mr. I believe, no, that's Mr. Lewis.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I think what is the only thing that we're not voting on is 4G. We need to move to accept everything else, not just the changes.
I'm accepting all the rules with changes.
Okay. What was mentioned was the changes only. I just want to make sure
I thought that
this
was
was brought
understood.
back as a body, so we need to approve the entire thing, unless, with the exception of 4G. Not just the changes that have been made, but the rest of the rules as well.
It was my understanding from the committee that they were not recommending an entirely new set of rules, but only the changes that were highlighted.
Well, what the committee...
So I am making a motion that we approve to the current set of rules the changes that were highlighted, with the exception of item 4G.
And if that approves the rest of this document,
Yes.
that's fine. Okay.
Okay, thank you. So everybody understand? All the rest of the rules will be the same. The changes will be, the only one that will be taken out, and you have it highlighted in your computer, and I have it on paper, and that's 4G will be taken out. Is that it right again, Mr. Sapples? Thank you, sir. All right, is everybody, any more discussion? Being done, you can vote. Mr. Harrison?
We have 11 yeses, 8 noes, and 1 abstain.
I have 11 yeses, and how many noes?
8.
8 noes. Now, this was on the amendment, am I correct? Or to pass it?
With approval, so it fails.
Okay, you're getting me confused. Sorry. So it fails. Okay. Well, it failed. So there's no changes? Is that what you're saying? Right. That's right. Okay, there's no changes. It failed. So we're going on now. All right. I have, do I have any announcements? Okay. Sorry I got confused, but I have. Okay, so we're going to handle 4G. Thank you, sir. All right, do I have a motion on 4G? Are you confused too? I am too.
Each item individually, and then the amendment was to separate 4A, 7B, and Rule 12 and leave 4G by itself. That failed. So I'm under the impression now that we vote for the entire set of rules now with 4G included. Is that wrong? Point of order, Mr. Parliamentarian.
We are now voting on 4G. Is that right? I'm sorry.
Could I offer?
Yes, sir.
an explanation? The original motion was to accept the entire package. I amended that motion to take them out separately. That passed. Then I made a motion to approve the 3 items with exception of 4G. That only received 11 votes. Therefore, it failed because it required 2/3 or 14 votes. Therefore, it did not change anything. It failed. There has been no motion on item 4G. If we are going to consider it, then you need to entertain a motion for item 4G.
I'd entertain a motion for 4G. Do I have a motion for 4G? I don't have a motion. Your light's on, Mr. Farmer.
But a point of clarification with the parliamentarian and with Mr. Chairman. In line with past practice and with our rules, if it does not receive a motion, it fails.
That's right.
That's correct.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it does.
That's my whole point. Now,
Exactly.
it is the only part of this thing remaining, and if it does not receive a motion, it fails.
Right.
Okay.
Do I have a motion? I see no motion. It fails. The chair declares that it fails. All right.